continuation of the chapter, the French Revolution. Students, in the previous class, in the previous video, we have studied about the slavery. We have studied about the women's, how the women have got affected, and how their hopes were there with the declaration of the rights. So students, you can see we are going to study about the revolution and everyday life, and we are going to study about the Napoleon Bonaparte. So students, when we are talking about the Napoleon Bonaparte, we can say that he was born on 15th of August 1769 in the Mediterranean island of Corsica, and in 1769 he was living with his family, and you can see that in 1793 he has already joined the army earlier, and he helped to capture the Toulon from British. And this bravery act of the Napoleon Bonaparte has promoted him to the post of Brigadier General. And he, in 1795, he has crushed all the rebels when the Directory rule was going on. Two legislative councils and the Directory rule was going on. That time he has maintained the peaceful environment and stability in the country. And what he has done, he has opposed the National Convention. Later on, he became the Commander-in-Chief of the Army of Italy, and he has won the victories against Austria. 1798, 1799, all the losses to the British in Egypt and Syria was responsible Napoleon, and he became the consul in 1802, and in 1804 he has crowned himself as the Emperor of the France. You can see that Napoleon was the officer under the King Louis XVI and has become a general at the age of 24. He then led to the French army in many successful battles. See students, when he became the emperor in 1804, and he has crowned himself by throwing the Directory, he has declared himself the Emperor of the France in 1804, and then he set out for conquering the neighboring countries, and he disposing all the different dynasties, and he has created new kingdoms. Different kingdoms were there, and he has placed all his family members. All his family members were set at different positions in different kingdoms, and his success was really great, because many of the neighboring countries was possessed by him, and he has extended the territories of France. You can see that it was not enough for him, and he has crowned, after crowning himself, he has started possessing different dynasties to the people. He became authoritarian, and people have started considering him, and people have given him the status of liberator and a modernizer. He has modernized the different policies and reforms in France. Napoleon has saw himself as the modernizer of Europe. He was considered as the modernizer of Europe in setting out the different reform measures in the country. He has introduced many laws related to the protection of private property. He has launched a uniform system of weights and measures, and he has including the decimal system, weights and measures, and including the decimal system. Initially, many people have seen Napoleon as the liberator because he has invaded different countries, and when he has acquired and he became victorious in those battles, he has possessed all his family members. He has made them sit and rule the kingdom. That was done. That liberation was done. You can see that Napoleon and his grand army of 6 lakh soldiers captured the Moscow. Russians have refused to surrender. Napoleon was forced to retreat, and Russians were used to scorched earth policy, burned their cities, leaving Napoleon Bonaparte with the great difficulties. Russia was not defeated, and he was being defeated by the Russian army, and this Napoleon Bonaparte has really got very scarcity of the supplies when he was fighting with the Russian army. No food was there, shelter was not available to them, so Napoleon was forced to retreat, and he was defeated by General Winter. Only 30,000 soldiers were made them back move, whereas he had the army of 6 lakh soldiers. You can see that not only that he went to another different places, and ultimately at the place Waterloo in 1815, March 1815, Napoleon escaped and returned to France because of the reconstitution of his army, and ultimately at the Battle of Waterloo, in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte was defeated, and you can see that later he was arrested and he was sent to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, and there after few years in the island where he was imprisoned, he died in 1821. Napoleon died in 1821. You can see that what all other measures and reforms that Napoleon Bonaparte has introduced in France. He has abolished censorship, feudalism, and ended all the privileges of the common man. The Declaration of Rights of Men and Citizens guaranteed freedom of speech and expression and equality in the eyes of law. The revolution has inspired the people from all over the Europe and Asia. Other countries were highly inspired by the revolution of the France and the development that was taking place in France and the struggle of French people. The people in the colonies were re-energized and launched the different movements to gain their freedom. Our two important leaders, Tipu Sultan and Raja Ram Mohan Roy, these two important social reformers of India, they were highly inspired by the ideas of revolutionary France. Tipu Sultan and Raja Ram Mohan Rai was really inspired and got inspiration from the French Revolution. You can see that he himself crowned in 1804. He was considered as a modernizer. He started to win the different countries and extend the territories of France. He has conquered neighboring European countries, dispossessing dynasties and creating the different kingdoms. He has introduced many laws such as protection of the private property and a uniform system of weights and measures, including that is provided by the decimal system. Earlier, initially when he became the ruler, he was known as a liberator because so many liberties were given by the Napoleon Bonaparte in the France to the people. That means too much of the freedom for the people. So he has won the heart of the people. But soon Napoleonic army has started they started invading the different areas. So finally he was defeated when he was on a voyage, and he was with the war and with the country. He was defeated at Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte was defeated. You can see that everybody was very much inspired by the revolutionary ideas of liberty and modern laws that were made by the Napoleon. It had a long-lasting impact in Europe. Everybody considered him as a modernizer of Europe and the liberator in France. You can see that when he became the king in 1804, he set out for invading the countries and extending the territories of France. You can see that French territories, he has extended territories to different parts of the areas. He has extended the territories, and more of the land and the kingdoms were invaded by the Napoleon Bonaparte. There was a downfall. Slowly and gradually, you can see that Napoleon's forces were defeated in Russia. Russia, Britain, Austria and Prussia formed a new alliance. They wanted to have, because the Prussia and Austria, we know that they were the enemy of the, they don't have a very good relations after the Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette was executed. So they have made an alliance, they made a party, they made a team, and it has weakened the France. They all were against the France. In 1813, you can see in the timeline of Napoleon, Napoleon was defeated in the Battle of Nations of Leipzig. 1814, he was abdicated, he was captured or stepped down from power and was exiled to Elba. He was removed from the power and he was sent to Elba, an island in the Mediterranean Sea. In 1815, he escaped from the exile from there and he returned back to France. And then again he has combined with the British and Prussian forces, defeated Napoleon. He combined British, you know that was helping, and Prussian forces has defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. Napoleon was forced to abdicate again he was captured and this was a time when he was exiled to St. Helena Island. He was sent to the St. Helena Island in the South Atlantic Ocean. It is an island in the South Atlantic Ocean, St. Helena. And in that island, you can see that after 1815, after 6 years, Napoleon died in exile. There are so many challenges that were faced by the Napoleon's empire, and Napoleon has faced all such challenges with the different countries when he was invading in different parts of the other kingdoms and the dynasties. This is the Battle of Waterloo, and he was defeated there. In 1814 he was abdicated and he came back. He made himself free from there. He came back to France, and then again he went foreign power, and again in the Battle of Waterloo, the Napoleon Bonaparte, the King of France, was defeated. There were different goals of the Congress of Vienna. Legitimacy, restoring the hereditary monarchies, French Revolution, Napoleon has unseated to protect the orders of Austria and Prussia. This is the legacy of Napoleon Bonaparte. Everybody, the entire Europe, consider him as a modernizer, and he has left very good memories for the European. Legacy of Napoleon. So students, we know that the revolution, when we talk about the revolution, the French Revolution and everyday's life, we can see that the politics can change the entire scenario, starting from the clothing, languages, lifestyle, freedom of the people, and the condition, circumstances can easily be changed by the politics. In the years of 1789 in the France, we have seen that there are so many changes have taken place. From 1789, there were so many changes were noticed and were reported in the France, and the people living in the France, they have also seen many changes and has observed these changes, and they have faced these changes. So whatever changes came after 1789 was really acceptable by the people, because there was no monarchy rule, and initially constitutional monarchy came, and after that monarchy was abolished, democracy came, and two legislative councils, new convention came, and the directory was there, and different rules and regulations. You can see that there were different reasons for the outbreak of the French Revolution. This flow chart, we are recapitulating the different things. See students, the French Revolution has brought the ideas, revolutionary ideas of equality, liberty, and fraternity. In everyday practice, equality really plays a very important role, liberty really plays a very important role, and both the things, and the fraternity. These three important pillars were missing when the monarchy rule was going on. So these are the three ideals of the modern world, that is liberty, equality, and the fraternity. All the people living in the France, whether they are men or women, they all have accepted the new ideals of the French Revolution, that is liberty, equality, and fraternity. In everyday practice, when we talk about these three important pillars of which are considered the legacy of the French Revolution, is really remembered and appreciated by the historians, because the French Revolution is the milestone for the other revolution. Later on, different other countries, they have also struggled for democracy, and they also fought against the monarchy. We know that the people of the Paris stormed the Bastille prison in the search of the arms and ammunition. Commander-in-chief was killed in the armed fight, and prisoners were released. Prison was the symbol of Bastille prison, was the symbol of the despotic rule of the king, the despotic power of the king. It was highly hated by the people. So people, they are really not happy with the monarchy rule. They wanted some different changes were required, and in the monarchy rule, the constitution of the population and the class order in France was also not very good, because it was divided on the basis of the birth. Two groups, the first state and the second state, they were enjoying all the privileges, and they are enjoying privileges, but they are not contributing into the income of the country, and they were not paying taxes. So you can see that different causes that we have. There was an inequality among the classes. Different ideals were given later on, and these divide the idea of the social contract, where and the spirit of laws highlighted the new themes in the minds of the people. These are the different causes of the French Revolution that you can see on the screen. You can see that how the different social classes, first state, second state, you can see that it is written that they were not paying taxes. Second state was also not paying taxes, whereas the third state paid all of the taxes. And King Louis XVI and his queen Marie Antoinette loved to spend money. They were extravagant in spending the money. These are the 2-3 different important questions that I have given to you. Why were political clubs formed? What was the subsistence crisis? Why did it occur in France during the old regime? Describe how the new political system of constitutional monarchy worked in France. So students, you can see, to summarize this chapter, this is the last video we have of this chapter. You can see the summary highlighted here, and the ideals of the French Revolution and the legacy of the French Revolution. The ideas of liberty, democratic rights are the most important legacy of the French Revolution. French Revolution was the country in the European world which has really brought the democracy and has inspired the people to throw the monarchy and bring the democracy in the country. And the ideas spread from France to the rest of the Europe, and they also got motivated with the French Revolution. The other country people, common people, they also thought that whatever development that is taking place in France, and how the people of the France, they are struggling, if we would also struggle, definitely we would be able to achieve the success, and we can also bring the democracy in the country, and we can overthrow the monarchy from the country. So feudal systems were abolished in the France. And even we have seen that two important leaders of India, they were also highly, see, this was a colonial rule when going in India during this particular time. Britishers were ruling over India, and these two important social reformers, Tipu Sultan and the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, they both were highly inspired with they were highly influenced with the legacy and with the revolutionary ideas of the French people. Revolutionary theme that has given a motivation to Indian freedom strugglers also, that whatever is done by the French people, even Indians can also do it. Colonial government, we can throw the colonial government out and we can have our own country, freedom and independent country. So student, see, this is the assignment you have. This is the 6th assignment. We have 6 videos all together of this chapter, the French Revolution. Go through see, I have taught you story in a story manner. Connect all the things, all the themes, maintain it. If you wanted to prepare the notes, you can prepare the notes also, and complete the assignment, maintain it in a notebook. Till then, thank you so much.